Material components of a human being. Material components, which man is made, are the four Tamatra, four great elements of which all things are made, produce and maintain life. These four elements are interrelated and inseparable. However, one element may preponderate over another. They constantly change, not remaining the same even for 2 consecutive moments. According to Buddhism, matter endures only for 17 thought moments, while scientists tell us that matter endures only for October 27th of a second. No matter what we say, a human body is temporary. It is created artificially through the accumulation of the four elements. Once death arrives, the body deteriorates to return to the soil. Water-based substances will gradually dry up and return to the great water. The element of fire is lost and the body becomes cold, and the great wind no longer works within the body. At that time, the spirit must follow the karma each person has created while living. To change lives and be reincarnated into the 6 realms. Altering image, exchange body. In the silks of births and deaths. Solid matter or earth. Prithin means the element of extension, the substratum of matter. Without it, objects have no form, nor can they occupy space. The qualities of hardness and softness are 2 conditions of this element. After death, these parts will decay and deteriorate to become soil. For this reason, they belong to the great soil, water, fluidity, or liquid. Unlike the earth element, it is intangible. It is the element which enables the scattered atoms of matter to cohere together. After death, these water-based substances will dry up. In other words, they have returned to water, fire or heat. Fire element includes both heat and cold, and fire element possesses the power of maturing bodies. They are vitalizing energy. Preservation and decay are due to this element. After death, the element of fire is lost, and the body gradually becomes cold. Air, wind, motion, or energy of motion. Air element is the element of motion in the body. After death, breathing ceases, body functions become catatonic, or completely rigid because the great wind no longer works within the body. Spiritual elements of a human being. Karma is one of the fundamental doctrines of Buddhism. Everything that we encounter in this life, good or bad, sweet or bitter, is a result of what we did in the past, or from what we have done recently in this life. Good karma produces happiness. Bad karma produces pain and suffering. So, what is karma? Karma is a Sanskrit word. Literally means a deed, or an action and a reaction. The continuing process of cause and effect. Moral or any good or bad action. However, the word karma is usually used in the sense of evil bent, or mind resulting from past wrongful actions taken while living, which causes corresponding future retribution, either good or evil transmigration, action and reaction, the continuing process of cause and effect. Our present life is formed and created through our actions and thoughts in our previous lives. Our present life and circumstances are the product of our past thoughts and actions, and in the same way our deeds in this life will fashion our future mode of existence. A karma can be created by body, speech, or mind. There are good karma, evil karma, and indifferent karma. All kinds of karma are accumulated by the Alyavijnana and Manas. Karma can be cultivated through religious practice, good, and uncultivated. For a sentient being has lived through innumerable reincarnations. Each has boundless karma. Whatever kind of karma is, a result would be followed accordingly. Sooner or later, no one can escape the result of his own karma. It's difficult to be reborn as a human being. The opportunity to be reborn as a human being is so rare. Thus the Buddha taught. Supposing a man threw into the ocean a piece of wood with a hole in it, and it was then blown about by the various winds and currents over the waters. In the ocean lived a one-eyed turtle, which had to surface once in 100 years to breathe. Even in one great aeon, it would be most unlikely in surfacing to put its head into the hole in that piece of wood. Such is the rarity of gaining birth among human beings. If once one has sunk into the 3 woeful levels, or 3 lower realms, human beings have both pleasure and suffering. Thus it's easy for them to advance in cultivation and to attain Buddhahood, whereas the beings in the Deva realm enjoy all kinds of joy and spend no time for cultivation. Beings in the realms of animals, hungry ghosts, and hells are stupid, living in filth, and killing one another for food. They are so miserable, with all kinds of sufferings, that no way they can cultivate. Of all precious jewels, life is the greatest. If there is life, it is the priceless jewel. Thus, if you are able to maintain your livelihood, someday you will be able to rebuild your life. However, everything in life, if it has form characteristics, then, inevitably, one day it will be destroyed. A human life is the same way. If there is life, there must be death. Even though we say 100 years, it passes by in a flash, like lightning streaking across the sky, like a flower's blossom, like the image of the moon at the bottom of a lake, like a short breath. What is really eternal? Sincere Buddhists should always remember, when a person is born, not a single dime is brought along. Therefore, when death arrives, not a word will be taken either. A lifetime of work, putting the body through pain and torture in order to accumulate wealth and possessions. In the end, everything is worthless and futile in the midst of birth, old age, sickness, and death. After death, all possessions are given to others in a most senseless and pitiful manner. At such time, there are not even a few good merits for the soul to rely and lean on for the next life. Therefore, such an individual will be condemned into the 3 evil paths immediately. Ancient sages taught, a steel tree of 1,000 years once again blossom. Such a thing is still not bewildering. But once a human body has been lost, 10,000 reincarnations may not return. Sincere Buddhists should always remember what the Buddha taught. It is difficult to be reborn as a human being. It is difficult to encounter, meet, or learn the Buddha Dharma. Now we have been reborn as a human being and encountered the Buddha Dharma. If we let the time passes by in vain, we waste our scarce lifespan.